You and your staff will be using InfiniteVT at every step of your patient's progress through your office. From the initial call, scheduling appointments, filling out the history form, all the way through the evaluation and on to vision therapy. So let's start with the initial phone call. As we move through the different features of the InfiniteVT software, it's important to know that the menu bar on the top of the screen is for general office functionality, while the lower menu bar is in specific sequence for the patient's path through your vision therapy practice. These menu bars are visible on each screen. For this video, in order to maximize your view of each screen, the menu bars are not always shown. The patient calls the office to schedule an appointment. The receptionist needs to enter the patient's demographic information and schedule the evaluation and consultation appointments. The receptionist clicks the patient's icon on the homepage and then clicks the Add a New Patient button. She fills in the patient's demographic information and then clicks Save. The responsible party's information is entered under the Responsible Parties tab. The new evaluation and new consultation appointments on December 6th at 8 a.m. and December 8th at 9:30 a.m. respectively are available to schedule the patient's visits. The receptionist clicks the new evaluation appointment, receives the confirmation information, and clicks Close. Jessica's new evaluation appointment is scheduled. The same process is done for the new consultation. The patient questionnaire is sent to the patient to be filled out electronically through the patient portal. The receptionist clicks the portal tab. The receptionist clicks the Send Portal Invite button so the patient can create a username and password. A preview of the portal invitation email will be displayed. The patient name and email will be added from the demographics. Click Send Invite to send the email to the patient. The patient receives the email asking them to create a username and password. After clicking on the link in the email, the patient opens the portal website to create a username and password and then clicks Submit. The office is notified that the patient created a username and password. The receptionist is now ready to send the patient the questionnaire and clicks on Send Questionnaire. She chooses the adult or child questionnaire from the drop-down box, chooses the COVD, CISS, or brain injury visual symptoms survey to be added to the questionnaire, and then the Send Questionnaire button. The patient receives an email to log into the portal so they can complete the child questionnaire form. The patient logs into the patient portal, fills out the questionnaire, and clicks Save. The questionnaire is broken down into sections as you can see here. It is easy to see and easy to fill in. It also includes a symptom checklist. The patient is evaluated by the doctor in the exam room. The results are entered into the InfiniteVT EMR software using an iPad, laptop, or desktop computer. You can customize the specific test sequences that are to be performed in the evaluation based on the different types of patients you see. There are over 160 tests to choose from to create your evaluation sequence. Here is an example of an evaluation form showing 12 different tests. The doctor or the therapist clicks the first test box. The box enlarges to a full screen to allow for easy recording of the results. Additional notes can be added in the Notes Findings box. As shown on the accommodative facility test, norm charts and expecteds are included when needed. After the testing has been completed, the doctor or therapist checks off the categories that need to be treated. The diagnoses can be added at this point as well. The consult report needs to be generated so the doctor can meet with the patient or parent to discuss the results. In order to generate the report, click the Reports tab and then click Generate New Report. During your initial setup, you will customize your report template. At this point in the process, you or your staff can choose the report template that is appropriate for the patient, along with the patient data. Click Load Patient Data and then Click the Generate Report from Data button. Your report is generated in a matter of seconds. This is the first page with the letterhead, list of symptoms, and developmental history. Here is a sampling of some of the other sections of the report. Once the consult is completed and the patient is ready to be scheduled, they go to your front desk. The receptionist clicks on Scheduling on the top menu bar. In this example, let's say the parent wants to schedule the first session on Monday at 11 a.m. and wants that to be the regular session time. The receptionist clicks on the appointment slot, and the software asks if this appointment needs to be repeated. Click Schedule to set up a repeating schedule of vision therapy sessions. The session time is chosen. Press Find Appointments to make sure all the repeating appointments are available. The software finds all of the available appointments for that time slot. The receptionist then clicks Accept Appointments. The series of 30 appointments are now on the scheduler. To generate a list of the scheduled appointments, pick the date from and date to, click Update Appointments, and then Print. The list is generated and printed out for the patient or parent. Now it's time to program the first session. To program the patient's first session, the doctor or therapist clicks Therapy Plan on the bottom menu. The Therapy Plan screen will load. In the Diagnosis category box are the different categories we are going to treat. In this example, let's say that you want to treat accommodation first. Click Accommodation, and a list of accommodation techniques for the different levels of difficulty will pop up on the right. Level 1 has the least difficult techniques, Level 2 has monocular, accommodative rock, Level 3 has biocular, Level 4 has binocular accommodative rock, and Level 5 has bim-bop techniques. The different techniques in each level can be customized for each category by the doctor in the admin section. Simply drag and drop the technique into the Activity 1 box. Next, the doctor or therapist can choose the Pursuits category. He or she drags the Thumb Pursuits monocular technique to the Activity 2 box, the Four Corner Saccades monocular technique to the Activity 3 box, and the Physiological Diplopia Brock string technique to the Activity 4 box. Suppose a doctor or therapist does not want to use the sequencing by levels of difficulty to program the therapy session. He or she would click on the Manual List button. All the techniques for that category are now listed in alphabetical order. They can drag the technique from this list to the different activity boxes. When the therapy starts, the doctor or therapist clicks the activity box, which then activates the recording screen. The title and the timer are located at the top of the screen. The questions in the center of the screen answer how well the patient did with this technique. The recording of the results can be yes, no, single choice, multiple choice, number, or text box. The activity assessment is used to record if the patient had difficulty or was able to complete the technique properly. What if a technique, like the monocular accommodative rock Michigan tracking, needs lenses? The person programming the technique would click the Add Options button at the top. This is where the technique modifiers, which include lenses, prisms, suppression control, and distractors, can be added to the technique. Suppose we choose these lenses for the right and left eyes. Click the Add Options button at the bottom. The title now shows the lenses that are to be used, and additional questions have been added so you can answer how the patient performed with the lenses. The results are entered for each question. The person who worked with the patient is chosen from a drop-down box, and notes are entered if necessary. Click the Save Assessment button. If you want to sell or loan out equipment to the patient, click the Equipment button. Select the equipment from the drop-down box. Indicate if it's to be sold or loaned to the patient, and click Add Equipment Purchase. The InfiniteVT software will keep track of items sold or loaned to each patient and adjust the office inventory accordingly. The patient can be assigned homework. Click the Homework button. Select the homework techniques and then click Print. There are over 70 homework techniques to choose from. It is easy to add your own homework techniques in the admin section. The software will display a preview of the different techniques to be printed. Click Print. The homework assigned is shown under the therapy session. InfiniteVT has many features that make it unique, for example, the summary chart. The summary chart compares the different test results during the initial and progress evaluations. The initial findings for the amplitude of accommodation on September 23rd were 6 in the right eye and 6.25 in the left eye. The progress evaluation on October 16th showed an increase in focusing of 12 for each eye. The ability to view the results from the different evaluations allows the doctor to direct his or her attention to the eye coordination and perceptual skills that are and are not progressing at the expected rate. Medical insurance companies are always requesting reports for therapy sessions. How great would it be if you could click on the cog button to the right of the therapy session, click the insurance report button, and the report was automatically generated? Included is your letterhead, the patient's name and diagnosis code, session number, all the techniques, and their results. And your electronic signature. The InfiniteVT software has several practice management reports, such as the Vision Therapy Sessions by Appointment Type report, which calculates the number of vision therapy sessions for each month of the year. The Reconciliation report breaks down the financial data by year, month, and day. The InfiniteVT software has over 350 techniques in its educational section. Imagine how fast a new therapist could be fully trained if they were able to read about what materials are needed for each technique, visually see how the patient needs to complete the technique, and review step-by-step instructions on how to perform the different techniques that you use in your office. We have clients report their vision therapists are fully trained in half the time because of these educational materials. Contact us to schedule a full demonstration of the InfiniteVT EMR software to see how it can help your office and to receive your 20% discount on the installation fee and the first 3 monthly subscription payments.